Imagine a conscious contact with God so strong that no matter what you are doing or not doing, that no matter what your kids are up to or not up to, and that whether you've got the person of your dreams or they're just not cooperating, that you are happy, content, and at peace. A space where everyone else's thoughts, attitudes, and actions are beautiful and exactly as they are supposed to be. Well, this is the space where I like to play. My name is Misha Z, and this is today's Bitch Slap. Join me as I shed light on the thoughts, actions, and attitudes that are causing you pain, and we train our minds to go to the capital S inner self, the joy that is waiting for us, the God within.
So I have not been pressuring my brother to listen to the podcast or partake in the podcast or anything like that. I did send him a message at one point when I first started it. I think I said, "Hey, I started a podcast." And so I published way back November 2020. I believe it was November 23rd or some such thing was my first episode of 2020. And as I said in an episode a day or two ago, my brother, Nick, who I love you so much, Nick, love you, gave me a call randomly and was rapping, and told him about my podcast, and he said, "Yeah, I'll check out an episode." So he listened to the Why Cowboys Wear Bandanas episode and texted me yesterday, "I love that episode. It was actually quite good." And it just warmed my heart that family liked what I was up to, warmed my heart. And then I got another bit of feedback, got a couple bits of positive feedback, got the feedback of, "Anyone tell you you've got a radio voice?" And I've actually never really heard that until the podcast, which is super cool. And it would actually make me mad back in the day when I would hear other people get told they had a radio voice. And I was like, damn it, I want to have a radio voice. Don't I have a radio voice? Well, I guess it turns out I may. And then a new friend had said they very much enjoy listening to the episodes, some of the episodes. And so that's fun. 3 fun bits, but I definitely have a hangover today from it. It's that endorphin kick of the good work. And then the next day you've got less downloads or whatever. I know better than to check downloads. But a bit of a hangover in that regard. Another a fun thing today was I've got clarity on the summit, the Tools for a Good Life Summit as it stands. Do you want to skip your midlife crisis or make it through the one you're in? From the ancient to the modern, from the scientific to the metaphysic, tools for a good life, something like that. Anyway, but I started on the very right side of the curve. I've started on the more metaphysical, and I've been researching astronomers. That's astrologers. I was tired. I started with astronomers. Again, that's astrologers. I was actually having a lot of fun. I finally was having fun researching people. So on the right side, on the more, I've been having fun. And that feels good. The summit was not feeling fun for a little bit, trying to put all this together. And so to have a day of enjoying it and three key things. So I wanted to talk about the three things that made my heart shine, which I did. Positive feedback from my brother, the new friend, and then the other person saying, "You've got a radio voice." And then today, I gained a lot of ground in my researching of psychics, psychics as well. The esoteric side, the metaphysic, esoteric, astronomers. God damn it, that's astrologers. Anyway, so if you look at who somebody is following, you can find lots of good prospects on Instagram. So I was definitely embracing that today. I know a lot of people are going to be saying, duh, but hey, progress, not perfection. And then another great source is, as I've been looking at people's YouTube channels, if you go to who are on their channel list, you can find good Dream 100 prospects. And then the Twitter recommends. If you look at who the Twitter recommends, so I gained a lot of ground with those three tools. And I've also been looking at the interaction that people have with their audience. And I've been looking at interaction with audience. I've also been looking, will these individuals, will they speak to my audience? Do they resonate with me? And will they speak to my audience? Oh, and I will totally admit how much I love astrology. I think astrology is so cool. So I've been having a lot of fun. And then one interesting thing is how people will just drop off and disappear. So I found a couple fairly cool influencers. I thought that I was like, yeah, these people would be super fun to talk to. They're engaged with their audience. They have a lot to offer. And all of a sudden they drop off. It's like, what happened? Did they go to treatment or get divorced or burn out or retire? I don't know. I wish I had some names in front of me. I found this young astrologer that was super, super cool, and it was a her. And I was thinking, she would be so fun to interview. Just so much personality, and I was like, you know what, my core audience. She's probably not going to be speaking to my core audience, but she'd be fun to talk to. So I thought maybe I'd interview her. I wrote down a couple other things. I was happy there's this young kid who jumped on the 2CCX a month ago, and he has been crushing it out of the gate, like got his summit together right away. It's been a 6-month process for me. He had his done in a month, and it's going on now, and he's doing great with it. And he's got, the next steps done. So I was happy for him, which was beautiful, instead of feeling competitive. And, sometimes if I feel competitive, I would rather be happy for somebody than competitive and not happy for them. Oh, yes. And just put the people down. I mean, write them down, but put them down. Add them to my list as I'm finding people that look like they might be good. If they're too high level influencers, I start wondering, are they too high level? Are they too high level? Just write them down. Just write them down and move on. Can always ask and they can always say no, or you can always decide not to ask later. And let's see. Oh, yes, I did have some moments of pinging between. This is so much fun to in the pit, the abyss of despair. What am I doing? Oh, yeah, I was gonna start the episode by asking, Do you ever wonder what life is all about? Like, what's the purpose? It's so funny. Sometimes I will definitely have those moments. Like, what does this all mean? But I think that that's a better thought to end. So there you have it. Three shiny moments of recognition, the hangover from that, and then the fun of building my speaker list and actually having some enjoyment. So everybody have a great day out there. As usual, thank you for listening.
Thank you for spending time with me today. As someone who is committed to growth and service to this world, I so appreciate your willingness to come with me, go within, and serve our world through change. If you found value in this podcast and you know someone who can use this message, share this episode with them. Share it so our mission can be achieved one episode at a time. And of course, subscribe so you can hear more. And lastly, for more resources on what has helped me on my journey and can help you on yours, go to belove.media/resources. That's BELOVE.media/resources. Thank you again for listening.
We could call this episode Nick Liked an Episode. No, we won't call it